Hello, my name is Dr. Noelle Lucas from Blue Oasis Pet Hospital, and I'm here to answer some questions that you might have specifically about your cat's medications and understanding risks.
Dr. Lucas, do I always need to seek the guidance of a veterinarian when giving my cat any medicines?
Yes. So cats are extremely sensitive little species of creatures. They have more sensitivities to medications that we prescribe or even things that could be over the counter. We want to be the professionals that recommend and prescribe your cat's therapy because they are sensitive to drugs.
Can I give aspirin or NSAIDs to my cat?
No. Do not give any over-the-counter pain relievers or anti-inflammatories to your cat. There are some that we may recommend, but it should only be within the guidance of your veterinarian because, again, sometimes pain relievers or anti-inflammatories that you and I might take, one pill can actually be fatal to your cat.
Are there any human medications that are safe for cats?
So are there any human medications that are safe for cats? I mean, the answer is yes. We sometimes will prescribe or recommend some over-the-counter antihistamines, but again, those are going to be specific for your cat. In general, because cats are so sensitive to medications, we would only recommend very specific medications or over-the-counters for your cat depending on what we're trying to treat. So in general, do not give your cat any over-the-counter medications without the guidance of your veterinarian.
Well, what are the medications that my veterinarian can prescribe if my cat's in pain?
So we do have some FDA-approved pain relievers for cats. One of them is called Onsior. It's not over-the-counter, it's by prescription. It is labeled for the use in cats. We will use some off-label anti-inflammatories that are made for dogs, sometimes in cats. But again, they can cause some real serious side effects if not used with caution and with guidance. For example, some anti-inflammatories can shut down the kidneys because, again, cats' kidneys are very sensitive to anti-inflammatories and pain relievers. We know that pain is real in cats and you want to help reduce pain and suffering. So the fact that pet parents or cat parents will consider giving some over-the-counter medications or pain relievers is understandable. However, we would only recommend very specific medications or drugs depending on what your cat has, and we would only want you to use it with the guidance of your veterinarian.
What's the best way for me to give my cat medications?
So cats are difficult to give medications to in general. We know this. The most common types of medications that we do prescribe are usually either capsules. Some of them can actually be pulled apart, so the inner powder can be mixed with. So we recommend like pate style cat food, even meat baby food. There's some great little products on the market called churros or squeeze ups that are like cat gravy. It's gross, but they love it. So anything that we can do to help maybe mix medication into food and make it palatable and easy to give. Little tablets are a little harder to mix in, so we do have pill pockets, or we can have you like wrap it maybe in some like meat product and maybe your cat will eat it that way, either in a treat or some meat wrapped around it because they are little carnivores. We do understand that sometimes cats will just not take anything that you wrap around them or mix it into. We do have little devices called pill poppers that the little pill is put in the end of the little device and then it's just kind of popped into the mouth and the little plunger dispenses the medication. Oftentimes it will have you dip that into meat baby food or maybe even some pate cat food to make that little plunger a little bit more palatable. If it's a liquid medication, we like you to maybe just come from the back of their faces or to the sides. Don't come straight forward at your cat to give them medications. For example, if you're giving a pill or a liquid, if you come straight at your cat's face, the first thing they're going to want to do is back up. So if you can think a little bit and kind of come from their sides, maybe hold them in your lap or wrap them in a little towel to kind of control their little bodies, coming from their side and then introducing that medication to the side is more helpful. If it's a liquid, oftentimes you can just put the liquid into their little cheek pouch and they just swallow it that way. Of course, all these things sound easier when we're just talking about it as opposed to when you're actually doing it. So again, asking your veterinarian or your veterinary, your pet nurses while you're in here in an exam room setting, we can go through some of those common ways to help get your medications into your cats, or even if it's eye medications, we can go through that. We have great handouts. There's also videos out there. We have partnered with Fear Free, so there's some great Fear Free resources we can direct you to on how to give your cat medications. But we know it's a challenge. It just is. Cats are challenging to give meds to.
Last question, is CBD oil considered a safe and effective cat medication?
So not yet. There are studies that are going on with CBD, both for dogs and cats. It is a little bit too soon for us as a general veterinary profession to recommend. There's so many different variations of CBD out there, from their concentrations to their active ingredients, to whether they're safe, whether they're effective, what are we treating them for? Is it pain? Is it anxiety? So in general, we as veterinary professionals are still not going to recommend CBD for most of our cats and dogs until there's more studies done. So if you find yourself with questions about your cat's medications and need some advice beyond what this video is providing you, don't hesitate to reach out to your veterinarian, or if you're in our community, reach out to Blue Oasis Pet Hospital.